Hey everyone, it is Sunday the 22nd of May. The time right now is 3:11 or 11 past 3 p.m. and the temperature is 16 degrees, so a little bit overcast and quite sunny. We're in Copenhagen in Tivoli, which is an older style amusement park. I'm just about to leave and walk over to the City Hall, which is right behind me. You'll see it in a moment. I'm just showing these brave people going up to the ride here. Basically, it's just sitting there in a chair. Wow. But anyway, I've been spending the afternoon here, and now I'm going to walk over to one of the shopping streets. A well-known older shopping street. I'm not sure if I can pronounce it. I'd say, I guess, Strøget. And we're going to walk to Nyhavn, which is the lovely harbor area. We'll end up in square that's in the center of the city, and that will be quite a nice walk. So, okay, so those people are up there in the air, and that's where we end up in a moment, by the City Hall there, behind the trees. Tivoli is a really lovely area with the garden, and I already recorded a walk here. I hope that's up, and you can go and see it. We'll make our way towards the City Hall now, out of Tivoli area. We'll be here for a few moments. We're not far from the exit, but we'll walk out now, or I will walk out now. I keep saying we. There's been a lot of music. It's, I think, the Queen's 50th anniversary here. So a lot of music has been going around. I think there's been pretty much continuous music. There was some jazz type of thing going on. Earlier I listened to all of that, and now I think we have a performance here at the stage with a clown. We won't stay to see that though. Very dramatic scenes as the clown gets beaten by the statue there. And these gardens, of course, just really, really lovely. It's been a great afternoon, but we'll leave it. And if you want to see more of Tivoli, which is a lovely, lovely, lovely area, check out the other video. Hopefully it's there. And you should have a good idea of what it's like. I'll make my way out of here and towards the City Hall. Outside here we have a couple of fairly big breweries and bars, and in the evening I imagine this area will be quite busy. There's the old Irish pub on the other side, next to the English pub. Don't know if there's any rivalry there, or owned by the same people maybe. Yeah, could be quite comic as well. On the other side there's the Scottish pub as well, so you can have your pick. So quite a few establishments if you are into that sort of thing here around the City Hall. And there's of course the Proud Mary pub as well, which is a fairly big one as well on the other side. I imagine this gets quite busy. I didn't see it last night, you have the tourist buses, the red tourist buses that you could take to see all the sights, I'd imagine. I do prefer walking, but it's an option. Just to turn and have a look at the... Oh, there's a motorbike going by with quite a lot of noise, but just to show you the street on the other side, which is more of the pubs. There's Hard Rock Cafe on the other side there, on the square. We'll make our way across to there and continue on to the shopping street. Hopefully I can make the light. Oh no, I cannot. It's red now. We'll take in the sights while we wait. That's the rather impressive City Hall Square. So definitely in one of the central places in Copenhagen. The central train station is just behind us, just next to Tivoli. So it's very much where it's all happening in the city center. I haven't realized one of the older buildings is a Scandic hotel, Palace Hotel. That's interesting. Might be an interesting one inside. Oh, we got a green light and cars are still going. What's this? We got food delivery drivers or riders, which seems to be a theme everywhere in the world nowadays. Although I do believe that's a Finnish company. Oh wow, we just had a light change green and then red before we could even cross. This seems like a thing specific of Copenhagen, that you end up standing for a minute even though it turned green on the other side just right now. Not sure I'm a fan of that feature. I mentioned it on an earlier video, but it's kind of like there was no way you're going to get to the other side. Now we can look at the really beautiful buildings. The weather is really good as well at the moment. It's not very warm. People are certainly dressing as if it's very warm. It's in a lot of shorts and that sort of thing. I do feel for the people who do that, but I guess it's their choice. How beautiful is that? It's a really, really striking building. But it is kind of warmer than it was yesterday. It's feeling more like summer today, so I can walk with my coat open. I'm not as brave as to not have anything but a t-shirt, but it is warmer, definitely warmer. And I was here last night making my way towards Blues Bar. It felt freezing cold. I was so sorry I left my scarf at the hotel. I think you've got Ripley's Believe It or Not as well. So this is the touristy part, Hard Rock Cafe there. And we're going to make our way to this shopping street, which does look fairly busy. So this is where we are, if I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. I would like to say Strøget, but could be completely wrong. I think on the other side of this is more like a restaurant and bar area. So if you took the street parallel to this, I think you'd see more restaurants and the bars. But for Sunday afternoon, maybe this will be a good walk towards Nyhavn. And we have a lot of souvenirs. It seems to be the place to be if you're a tourist like myself. The side streets are also really, really nice. That's one of the things you'll even see in guidebooks, to take the side streets as well. The shopping street is taking me directly to where I want to be though, so I'll stick to it for now. Look at that building there on my left. Metropole. I wonder what that's been. Looks kind of old. I like the look of it. Oh, these houses are so beautiful. I really like the old city feel, European city feel. The Flying Tiger of Copenhagen is here. That's a shop you'll find in London as well. Although I think they're called Tiger. Are they not just called Tiger? And a lot of cards, touristy stuff you can buy. I hate being late, but I'm so good at it. That's a good quote for a bag. I like it. Very striking color for a shirt. I think for a shopping street it's really nice that you have these old buildings lining it, like you have Frankie's Pizza there in a gorgeous old building. That's ridiculous how these houses are. Should we go and have a look at the fountain? There's something going on there though. What a beautiful square as well. No surprise these people are sitting here having a drink. Beautiful place. I saw one of these ones, the older structures. I imagine that's older. That's been turned into, well, it says craft beer to go, but coffee places. I wonder what they used to be. So beautiful. So I could try to translate something from there, but I will not. You can look it up on Google, what that is and why it's there. It's better not to. Oh, there's an Asian street food place here. Tofu cube, kapao and fried noodles. Interesting. Oh, and I've been caught up in traffic. I went to the wrong side of the street. Do not go on the wrong side of the street. Note to self. Quite a few people out and about, but I guess it's a Sunday. And what better place? It's also a nice through way to some of the really beautiful spots in Copenhagen and central spots. We've got these nice cafes, restaurants lining it up. The side streets are really, really beautiful. It must be so much cheaper to have a bar, for example, on the side street than the main shopping street. There are quite a few tourists around as well, not just me. I've especially seen quite a few buses which might be maybe from elsewhere in Denmark, I don't know. They seem to have text in Danish, so maybe locals are coming into the capital. Look at that. So beautiful, side streets. I wish I had the time to go and explore the whole city. I'll just come back and do that later. Already have plans for that as well, so. Wow, someone's really spent some time with the Legos. I don't know if you can see that, I see reflections, but they have a lot of local scenes built with Legos. And a waffles place is doing well. It does look really delicious. Ice cream and waffles. There are cars coming from there, which seems like a very bad idea to drive into this. Oh, I guess they're going through there. Fair enough. It's honestly been so long since I traveled in Europe that it's really, really nice to be back, first of all, in a European city that looks like this, has the churches and the houses that you often see in these big cities in Europe. Kind of similar type of building. Oh, look at that, that's really, really nice. The shops, of course, lining the streets are mostly the same. You can see Apple resellers, H&M, all the usual suspects, Pandora. So it will all feel very familiar in that sense. And it's actually a little bit surprising that the high streets are doing so well. I know in a lot of places they've suffered a bit. There are a few places with to rent signs, but still, most of it seems fairly active and people are still coming here to shop. I find it's a little bit different for me to travel in Copenhagen because practically everyone assumes that I'm Danish. So it's not a problem, but they get a little bit startled. I think if I was clearly not, then it wouldn't come as such a surprise to start the conversation with me. But they are super nice people. I've had such good service. I did hear some British tourists, a younger couple, saying that they thought maybe it's a little bit rude, but for a Finn, not at all, not at all. Similar style. I apologize for us Scandinavians. I'm not a Scandinavian. Strictly speaking, I'm not. I'll pretend to be one. I think it's our common problem. Look Look at that, it's so many beautiful buildings here in town. Stunning, really stunning views, and all of the terraces full of people enjoying their Sunday afternoon. It's just really great. And it is a beautiful day for it as well to walk around town and sit having coffee or people watching over a drink. It's also a little bit confusing for me that the main greeting in Danish is to be hi. So if I start with hey or hi, that doesn't really still establish that I require English communication. It's fun though, it's all good. Wow, super beautiful back there, all the buildings. Look at that. It's just really beautiful. We're still, of course, on the same street. It goes on for quite a bit. It's a nice way to make, if you don't want to follow the waterside like I did yesterday, this is a really nice way to make the same distance to Nyhavn, if you happen to be on the same route as I've been. And of course it's the high street, so you got all the big names like Gucci. Oh wow, El Giganten. I think that's Gigantti in Finnish. Weird to see the same chain with the different name, even after all these years when I've seen a lot of that. Crepes. Snack while you shop. So I'm actually surprised there are so many people here, even if it's a Sunday day off. I guess it's also a throughway through some of the popular spots, and a lovely day for a walk. Oh, we got a Canadian flag here. I wonder if it's an embassy or something. I can hear some music as well. So it seems street musicians are back. And we are exactly where we were when I ran out of battery a moment ago, and I've just attached a on-the-go battery to this, or charger. So we'll keep going, and I need to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go, hopefully. Oh, we got a Guinness World Records Museum here. Guess that must be someone very tall. Oh, we got a police car coming through. I think we are at the market square, just next to Nyhavn. Another waffles and homemade churros and ice cream place. Very popular on a day like this.
Flip-flop.
And this is suddenly a very, very grand square. Oh wow, some people on the balcony there. I don't even know what this building is, but doesn't that look grand? So here we go. One of the main squares in the city. Buildings surrounding have years like 1748 and 1874. We've got a bird on top of a statue. And it looks very, very grand around here. I think it is called the King's New Market. That might be completely wrong. And suddenly there's been something going on here over the weekend. It's a lot of rubbish around here. I guess there must be a restaurant or something at the balcony there, because there are people there. It's very nice. That must be some kind of an event space again. It says opera. I thought there was an opera building, but oh well, I will go with whatever they say. Of course. This is some kind of an art space here, I would imagine. Kunsthal Charlottenborg. I will not attempt to pronounce things too much. That would not be advisable. So we have a European Environment Agency, possibly. Yeah, it does look really, really like there's a lot of rubbish around. There's been a festive celebration around here. It's weird because I was here last night. Oh well. I did not see this here then. I guess I was late for the party. Early for the party actually, probably. I left around, just after 8 p.m. I left. So after that someone came and made a pretty huge mess. But it is a really lovely area with the amazing buildings surrounding it as well. Let's go and have a look at Nyhavn, which is so, so beautiful on a day like this.
Wow. So you're really good at like creating atmosphere. But we also like that's like our thing. And then obviously
So there are a lot of bikes making their way through the crowds. So Nyhavn, of course, known for their colorful houses and fairly historical. It is the postcard view here. Plus, on a day like this when it's sunny, what a lovely place to sit and people watch. You have the canal tours going from here, so you can go on a boat like this and go on the waterways, which is also a great activity for a day like this. I think that belongs into one of the main tickets they offer you. Like they offer you a Copenhagen card, I think, which is like 60 euros nearly, and you get access to hotels, one-time access to Tivoli, and then public transport. I didn't get that though. I knew I wouldn't have time to go into a lot of places or take a cruise. But yeah, might well be worth it for a lot of people. It's actually pretty warm here with the sun. It's feeling very, very warm. It's just a really lovely area. Great for a walk. I guess the ships here or boats here also add to the atmosphere, although quite a bit of junk on some of them. I think that, yeah, you cannot actually see it if you're sitting at one of the restaurants, that some of them have like office chairs and stuff on the deck. They are pretty impressive though. And the other side also has these colorful buildings. It's very, very beautiful there as well. But the restaurants are all on this side. Well, not all of them. There is a restaurant there, but if you want a terrace seat like this, then this is the place to be. Or you can just sit here on the side of the pavement, like a lot of people are choosing as well. Cheaper option. The places here are really, really pretty. Not at all surprised that it's so popular. It is a postcard view for sure. And it's a green light, let's go. A lot of the corner places here are just so pretty. Whether it's a bar or a cafe or whatever, restaurant. And as we continue on here, we'll get to the riverside where I was yesterday. Also ended up here. Well, someone's brought a bigger, more modern boat. I kind of like that it's all the time vessels here. Fits better in the atmosphere of the place. You could rent some space on the second floor there. Perfect day for it as well with the sun and the blue skies.
Okay, jeg kun gå på dem, der har brug.
So I think as we get to the riverside, I'm going to thank you for joining me for the walk today. From Tivoli Gardens over to the river here through Nyhavn and the shopping street. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from Copenhagen and maybe more walking videos in any case, then do feel free to subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated if you enjoy the videos and do that. Thank you everyone who has. Always a pleasure to bring you along and hear your comments as well. It's a little bit different from what I usually do, but definitely not a bad one today. Really lovely sunny day and nice to see people enjoying their Sunday and weekend. I hope you enjoyed the walk. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope I'll see you again soon.